Just this much noise. Even the neighbor's husky would tuck its tail between its legs if it heard this. What truly cemented his legendary status was his pair of wings. He looked exactly like a bent-over Grim Reaper in midair. Today, we'll disassemble it into parts. Look at how those pirates used a bunch of aluminum sheets back then. A massive 18-cylinder engine on an island in the Pacific. They wiped out that bunch of pigs on the other side. By the way, let me tell you, why is that thing under your butt? Even 787 has to be respectful. Call him Grandmaster. Hello everyone, I'm Erming. Welcome to FCU for Pirates. First, let's talk about appearance. Let me bow to everyone first. At first glance, I'm definitely captivated by those European-style wings. One of them first drops down 23 degrees and then rises 8.5 degrees. I want to bow deeply to you. Don't think the designer is showing off, you idiot. It's really because the propeller diameter is 3.98 meters. If the North Rover were lengthened any further, it would be as brittle as chopsticks. So they simply made the wings bend and sink. The support pillar instantly shortened by half. Strength is sufficient. This is the main course. To save deck space, they even installed a pair of scissor doors. The aircraft carrier elevator expresses its gratitude. The parabolic surface thickens at the bend. 2 bulge compartments are removed. 450 for kilograms bombs or 568-liter auxiliary fuel tanks are carried. Space utilization is reduced. Outer section, top-down and side-to-side stability is top-notch. Pull the trigger first in a dogfight. Purely buy one get 3 free. In short, wings bend to the west. Space saved. Drag decreased. A typical indirect approach. Much smarter than a straight wing. Many people thought the Pirate was made entirely of steel plates. Wrong frame, aluminum frame lengthened. Horizontal load-bearing surface to 0.5 millimeters. 2-stage carbon fiber weight reduction plate. Fuselage divided into 4 sections. Overall length 10.6 meters. Ground test stretched to 11 grams before deformation. Daily air combat now sees 7.5 G. The secret is just for words. Front heavy, rear leaning. Gradually thinning at the rear, center of gravity shifts to the front. It flies as steadily as a rock. It also shortens the payload path to the minimum. Listen to its heartbeat. Pratt Whitney R-2800 is as big as 2 Wasps. Air-cooled new type of engine. 18 cylinders, 2 rows. Displacement 46 liters. Bare weight 1.5 tons. Rated 2,100 horsepower. Emergency injection of pure stimulant. Can reach 2,450 horsepower. 1 cylinder beats your entire 1.6-liter engine family. The manufacturer is afraid the pilot will get intoxicated. Just these few minutes. Engine life drops from hundreds of hours directly to tens of minutes. The ground crew fainted on the spot after hearing this. The average lifespan of a Corsair engine was about 2 months. One engine with 2 auxiliary air passages. The high-speed auxiliary airflow was instantly compressed. Also equipped with a 4-bladed hydraulic propeller, the engine reached supersonic speed. A series of crackling sounds. 2 sounds combined to form a whistling sound that tore through the air. Japanese ground troops who heard it were blown to the head. It was nicknamed Howling Death. Standard armament, 3 by 12.7 millimeters M2 rifles per side. Outer sides, 375 rounds each. 480 total 6 rifles. Vehicle speed, 750 to 858 kilometers per hour. 42 warheads, capable of hitting targets within 900 watts. Each side can also carry for 127 millimeters high-speed rockets. Single 61 kilograms warhead, 3.4 kilograms, specifically designed to target light armor. Even to 298 millimeters TIM rockets, big behemoths, 569 kilograms, 67.4 kilograms warhead. Maximum external load is 1.8 tons, heavier and cleaner in the air than many rooster-like aircraft. Its shape indicates a range of 717 kilometers. The Corsair's fuel system screams cunning. 872 liters of fuel tank. Self-sealing double-layer rubber plus metal shell. A bullet gets in. Rubber preheats and expands in 3 seconds to close the hole. Add to more 568-liter auxiliary fuel tanks. No refueling needed from Guangzhou to Singapore. Fuel usage order: first use the auxiliary fuel tank. Immediately after using up 450 kilograms. After using up all the fuel, return to the 900 kilograms weight loss plan. Only after dropping it can you do the 7.5 G hardcore maneuver. The cockpit looks dark and gloomy. The logic is as gamified as modern fighter jets. Left-hand throttle and control stick. 1 button switching between rocket, warhead, and missile. Complete self-check 2 minutes before takeoff. Activate battery fuel pump. Ignition and mixing adjustment. Experienced driver completes in 1 smooth motion. Then step on the brake and push the accelerator to about 960 horsepower. First, let the rear wheel lift off the ground. Full throttle to 1,500 horsepower. When the speedometer reaches 130 kilometers per hour. For tons of steel seem to be lifted up by a gathering of forces. The machine instantly transports you back to the deck of an aircraft carrier in 1 9 for 3. Sounds good. But he's a novice's nemesis. High horsepower plus a high throttle equals high torque. A sudden push of the accelerator. The engine instantly lurches to the left. Over 100 families lost their jobs during the training phase. Pirates were called Major Terminators, specializing in killing squadron leaders with high joints. Later, the instructors summarized the right rudder press button, the side slip method using left wing compression, returning to center before touchdown. In short, he's not from South Africa. Once tamed, you'll get an 11-to-1 battle-damaged pen as a bonus. Speaking of battle record, from the Pacific to the Korean Peninsula, a chaotic rampage. During World War II, Okinawan pirates achieved an 11.3-to-1 kill ratio against 0 fighters. Japanese pilots dreaded the sound of whistles. Mainly engaged in ground attack in the Korean War, napalm bombs turned T-30 for tanks into torches. Pirates accounting for half of their missions as close support. Army soldiers directly called for Angels British soldiers. The New Zealand Air Force used it until the 1960s. 25-year service life. 12,570 were produced. Still the most produced piston engine fighter to this day. You think it's just an old plane? Wrong, the 787 you're sitting on is secretly copying his homework. Donkey aluminum alloy integral wash and gold plate. Give to the leading edge of the 787 wing. Provide early process samples for lightweighting. The self-sealed mailbox concept has evolved into a modern fighter jet. Foam filling plus inert gas, easily explosive Type 3. Jettable auxiliary fuel tank rack becomes the standard interface for the inner head. 4-speed gull wing short strut increases clearance. Serves as a template for subsequent carrier-based aircraft takeoff and landing layout. Its structure and design concept inspired the development of subsequent jet aircraft. Related technologies were subsequently developed. All were upgraded and improved. Speaking of which, you might realize, the F4U is not just an old plane. It was written by engineers using aluminum sheets and rivets, telling you to bend over. It can solve the problem. The age-old contradiction between propellers and landing gear. A layer of rubber can also tell you about high survival rates. Trucks that can dive. Still able to get a ticket to the paint era. Next time you complain about a lack of space in your design, think of the Pirates' kneeling wings. It's not that the road has come to an end. It's that you should change your perspective and bend your knees a little. Perhaps a vast expanse of sky and sea lies just beyond 23 degrees.